Hey, what's good guys? This is Nightwing2303 from WearTesters.com. Today we got a detailed look at these guys right here. This is a brand new model from Adidas Originals called the Adidas Prophere. This is one chunky shoe, man. These are chunky. So like I said before, this is a brand new Adidas model from Adidas Originals. What it's doing is taking a little bit of the old and mixing it with a little bit of the new. The upper and the styling of the upper is part of that new age era. You can clearly see that these are influenced by a Yeezy and the Adidas Ultra Boost and the NMDs and all that stuff. It's got that runner look to it. The materials are also part of the new age era. It's a complete knit upper. It's not prime knit, but it feels really nice and everything. It's not stretchy or anything like that. It's kind of like a tight knit. And then something that's interesting is right here at the toe, they have some additional embroidery or stitching, and that's just to kind of strengthen that area up a little bit. They've actually done that same exact thing to certain colorways of the EQT Boost. I think it's called like the 9717 or something like that. I have a pair, we did a review on them. I have the white and blue ones. Those ones had stitching all the way across the entire forefoot though, and I was not a fan of how that felt. It felt kind of like stiff or crispy when the mesh should feel really nice and soft. So I like this placement of it where it's just stiff where it needs to be, but everything else feels really nice and soft. And then the lacing structure is comprised of the gigantic 3 stripes. For those of you that have grown up in my era, I grew up in the 90s, this was pretty much Adidas to a T. Every Adidas model basically had to have 3 stripes on the shoe, and the easiest placement for them for designers was actually on the side panel. Whether we're taking it way back with the shell toes or we're taking it more into the new era with some of the old Kobe models. I call them like the crazy whatevers now. But if you guys noticed, everything had gigantic 3 stripes. I swear I had a model that I found at like JCPenney that had giant 3 stripes like this that actually had some elastic bands along the tongue area, and then it said Adidas right here on the forefoot of the rubber cup sole. Very generic shoe. I got made fun of a lot for them, but hey, Adidas is popping now, so you could wear whatever you want as long as they got 3 stripes on it and nobody's gonna say nothing. And then like I said, you got this whole sculpt right back here in the heel area, just very, very Yeezy-ish. There's no other way to describe it. It's literally shaped like a Yeezy. Or if you're only familiar with hoop shoes, then like something like the Dame 3, which to me looks like a basketball version of a Yeezy. Something that I love though is this little piece of leather right here on the back, and then it's got that little fin right there. I don't know if y'all remember the Air Jordan 23, but they had something very similar. It was one of my favorite features on the shoe just because it was so weird, and that's what this is right here. It's weird and I like it. I like it a lot. Inside the shoe is an ortholite insole, a little bit of step and comfort. It's also got some antimicrobial properties, so if you got them stank feet, it'll help you out just a little bit. The midsole is something that I think is interesting. Not only the way that it looks, this is actually something that I'm used to. Again, some of the old Kobe models from Adidas, they all had big chunky tooling like this. However, this material right here is straight up polyurethane, which is just kind of weird because polyurethane is not like a new school foam. Like that's a super old school foam. That's 80s stuff, 80s and early 90s. So what it ends up doing is making this thing really bottom heavy. And I'm not going to say that they're uncomfortable because they are not. However, this is definitely no boost. It's not anything close to their typical EVA either. Like I said, this is old school stuff right here on the bottom. I think it's just a weird kind of choice to use, but it's what they decided to go with. If you wear retros a lot, Jordan 3s, Jordan 4s, Jordan 5s, very similar feeling underfoot on these guys. This midsole is weird, dude. Like it's, again, not visually strange, not the lines or the chunkiness or anything, but like these spikes right here, man, it just reminds me of Mystique. I know that I say that a lot anytime I see anything like this, but this really does remind me of Mystique. Now, in case you are interested in this shoe, this colorway right here, along with a really clean gray colorway, are actually going to be available over at eastbay.com. If you were interested, a link will be in the description box below. As far as sizing, like most Adidas models, I would go down half a size at the minimum. I don't think I'd be able to go a full size down on these just based off of me trying them on, but a half a size, if you like that snug fit, is definitely going to be required. However, if you have a wide foot going true to size, you should be good to go. So that pretty much takes care of it on these guys right here. Again, this is the Adidas Prophere, mixing a little bit of the old with a little bit of the new. A very interesting shoe to say the least. I think that this is going to be something that's kind of slept on, mostly because it's not boost and all that stuff, and it's very in your face with the exaggerated midsole and the spiky looking design. But otherwise, if you're like me, you're from the 90s, you see this and you're immediately like thrown back in time, and you're just like, I had some shoes that look just like that, but without the whole Yeezy looking collar right there. But let me know what you guys think about these down below in the comment section. Retail is $120. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thanks for all your support, and until next time guys, have a good one.